Hello everybody and welcome to part 3 of my Mayan Circles series. New and improved with commentary, as before. So embarrassing, my microphone had gotten unplugged, and it was really bad timing too because last part I did a lot of explaining certain mechanics and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys didn't miss out on that, and it's stuff you already knew. Let's see, if we come down here, we can still have visibility on this circle as well as some visibility down here. He's still dancing. We're having this guy come over, taking peeks. Wait, is he healed up? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Alright, these guys here are going to be coming down. And the reason why is because these guys are dealing with this camp, which means we have no defense down here. These guys are walking away, essentially. They can get on this camp quicker than these guys. That's why I'm not just having these guys come for the camp. And then also this city is somewhat nestled, you know, against the coast and stuff, freshly settled. So, seems to be safer to walk away from this one than to leave this one exposed. Alright, he's going to come up here because we're in active conflict up here, so just greater need to be tanky. And since it's going to take us 3 turns to get across the river, we'll go a little wide, get this extra visibility, end up in more protection there, you know, all that good stuff. Okay, he's still dancing here to make sure no camps spawn on those, so we can try to protect the caravan that's being sent to us. And that seems to be everything, so there we go. Alrighty, so let's see here, we get to finish this up. That's really good. We're going to do some dancing there. He's coming up, as we said. So this guy will come over here. When I was talking about coming over here, I should have addressed what to do with this guy. I figure since we're producing a ranged now, and you know, in preparation of the push over here, he can come through over here. He can come through over here. That way we have a nice visibility spread, can address whatever shows up. So this guy isn't actually needed to uncover that, but we'll take a peek there and then run away. Let's see here. We can have this guy come up here just to make sure there wasn't like a spearman sitting here or whatever. So that seems pretty good. He's going to continue doing his scouting. This cup of hills probably going to remain a feature for some time. So these guys are coming down here. We're going to go ahead and buy this tile so that this worker can go ahead and get started on this iron. I realize we're not really in much of a purchasing position, but obviously if we can sell 6 iron at 2 per, that's 12 per. That puts us in positive gold flow, and of course recoups the cost of that tile pretty quick. Like, we're just going to keep doing some dancing here. Oh, whoops, looks like Montezuma has some dyes for us. So let's trade spices for dyes. We know we're going to get spices here. There's more spices here. More spices here. We're going to have lots of spices. That's going to be our... And this is another reason for us to play as peacefully as possible, because we can really stretch that out. Speaking of iron, here's some iron. So let's see who can buy. Alright, so if we had settled in the desert here right away, he probably would have been upset with us to the point where he wouldn't necessarily want to give us full value for iron. So there's a small advantage. As far as the rest of the explanation that would have been lost in the commentary of the last part, it basically comes down to opportunity cost. You can even read guides. They say if you're playing Mayans, you know, don't beeline theology. The few extra people is not worth losing out on all the things that you can get. The opportunity cost, essentially. Alright, so we know that we also want to develop the wheat here, but this guy's right here. He can start it next turn. This guy could start next turn. So let's have him come down... Yeah, down here. We'll have him help this guy, like, do the roads or something. Seems like a good idea. We'll have him come down. And there we go. So he'll come over here. And we can get started on this camp. I'll go ahead and hit it with melee as 2. That way we wrap this up in 2 turns. And it also makes it to where if something should spawn, we should easily be able to manage the camp a little bit easier. Alright, so we're still dancing there. Ooh, his borders grow. Okay. So I'll tell you what, we'll dance one last time just in case a barb camp had spawned before that. I don't think the timing of that works out that way. I think they would get their turn and then barb camps are tallied, but just in case. And now we can put this guy on alert. In fact, maybe we should have this guy start dancing like from hill to hill like this rather than this little dance here. Remains to be seen. So this guy needs to get out of his way. We didn't see a worker there. We'll come here for the visibility and boom, boom. Come up here. Alright, so we have somebody there. Let's back down like this and pass. Alright, construction is here. Alright, we'll take a peek. We had seen an archer here. This is flat land. Alright. This is a bit of a risky move, but it makes sense. We'll finish that up. And it is time to build a settler, so let's switch this and get that settler going. We only have the money for 1 upgrade, and this guy is coming a little detached from the empire, so let's make him the one that gets upgraded. I think that's a good idea. We'll go up into currency next. Pyramids done here. Let's get on a watermill, and the reason for this is because the first 3 tiles we want to work. One's a really good food tile, but the next 2 only have 1 food each, and we will want to make it to 1 pop. Or 4 pop at some point. Alright, so we clear that camp, no problem. We'll get this guy across the river. He starts on the wheat. He's going to do his dancing while he comes over. So now we'll just put that guy on alert. And the scout's going to keep on scouting. We'll bring him into borders, heal him up real quick. And we can bring this guy down for time being till he's healed up, and we'll go from there. Hey, let's waiting on that profit. Oh, there we go. Nice. Alright. I just looked up here and saw the counter was in a negative. So here we go. Let's see what we get here. Alright, so usually when I'm playing Liberty, I take church property, and a while back people have been saying, oh, you should try tithe, it's better in the long run. And so in the last series, the Celtic one, I did try tithe, and I had people saying, when you're playing Liberty, you should go with church property. Tithe worked in the last game because our cities were growing pretty tall because we were the Celts, we had Cayley Halls, there's a lot more opportunity there. However, I do think church property is the way to go. Especially since we already know that What's-His-Head had taken mosques, so we're not going to get both pagodas and mosques, but I do believe we are second religion, so we'll definitely pick up those pagodas that they didn't, and it's nice that we secured that. That means each of our cities can grow 2 higher while managing happiness just fine. Yeah, let's get that good production tile going so that the granary gets finished quicker, and then this will be developed, so this will be a 3 food tile we'll work that instead, grow. And then grow into another one and then into here, or just here and here. Not sure. 3 to 1 to 3 to 0. We'll have to see how that plays out. I'm not entirely sure, but I do want to get the extra growth going in this city just to be able to work that for the faith. Alright. So, he's healing up here. This guy has no need to dance. This tile is covered. We'll have him peek at that. I kind of want to have these guys come over here, you know, because Hong Kong wants it. However, he's pretty damaged. And then also the Hong Kong also wants gold, which we can get over here, but that's going to be a bit delayed. So we don't really have to hop up in this camp immediately. Gosh, so how do we do this? Because ultimately, I would like to have a ranged back here melee over here, you know, ranged here, melee here, range here, melee here. Ranged here, melee here, ranged here. You know, I kind of looked at like what the zoning would look like, and it's pretty good actually. Probably should have moved this guy before that warrior. We'll remember that next time, but maybe pop up here and then come over, keep eyes on stuff. He's coming over for sure. He's healing up for sure. So it comes down to what do we want to do with these guys. And for the time being, so he's real close to borders. Maybe he's the next one we upgrade, and then once he's upgraded, we can bring him over to be the ranged over here. He can supplement over there. So I'll tell you what, let's step him forward like this so we get that extended visibility. His visibility right here is actually pretty good. The only thing I would change is maybe come up here. So when we chase after this camp, oh, you know what? He was going to be closer than him, probably. And let's see. So let's just start healing this guy up right where he's at. I kind of like here better because of the visibility. He's on a hill. But if we step away, then he might end up being the one that we send over to the camp. So let's just have him heal in place for a minute, see how that goes. Let's see. We don't want to be antagonized, that's for sure. So I'll step back for the visibility, come here. You know, it's kind of nice that this camp is here because this is going to interfere with him trying to push in this direction if he's of the mind to do that at a time when we're trying to make that push. So I like that. Okay, and then as far as the settler goes, we have some workers here. 2 workers, 3 tiles to put roads on, which means one of them can be freed up to go with a settler. We can count that out as we get closer, but for the time being, let's just get started on the road tiles. And there we go. So I guess this is where we'd want to watch. That's what we'll do. Religion enhanced. That's going to be Indonesia, of course. Let's see what's going on with that. Enhancer, plus 20% combat strength near friendly cities that follow this religion. Okay, so that means attacking him will be an uphill battle. I believe that refers to units, not the city, but nevertheless. Alright, so Chichen Itza demands copper. Religion enhanced. Okay, there's some more iron. Whoops. Wow, clicked off, and oh, that was bad. And some horses. So nobody wants the iron. That's interesting. I mean, we're going to need some for ourselves, but in the meantime, it would be nice to be able to sell them off. Hey, look at this. Here's some lump summage for our
Benissimo.
composite bowman upgrades. So what I will do, this guy is basically healed as it is. I will step him back here, upgrade him, step him over here so that way we have this nice visibility. He can do the dancing down here. He can come up here while this guy swaps out to be eyes up here or something. So for the time being, we'll leave him there. We're going to heal him in place, like I said, and see how that works out. Okay, Scout wants to come along. He's going to get started on the stone. He's dancing hill to hill, and then we'll take a peek. Take a peek. Okay, and he can come down here, and I'll tell you what, he can pivot over here, get this visibility. So he can just stay on this hill. That's really good mid-range visibility given our current status. So we need to keep on scouting. I kind of want to pick up this, but this camp is really in the way. On the other hand, this camp can't see us from here. We could squeak by and then go along. If we get shot, we can pick up, you know, we have survivalism. That's why I'm being a little more risky with this guy. So let's come up here and see where we're okay. Looks good. As far as being able to squeeze through next turn, we'll see how that changes. We'll keep eyes on this guy. We've lost a lot of time in our scouting game. That's part of the reason why I'm willing to be a little risky here. Okay, that sucks because we're going to get shot there. But maybe, like, this hex is protected from them. Maybe this is a wooded hill as well. We'll have to see. Oak smile grows, so we got the food tile into the production tile, even though we're stagnating now. We'll start growing a little bit like this, and then once the pyramid's out, maybe we can develop this tile, have 2 good growth tiles into production, and then instead of having just the 1 extra food, we'll have 2 extra food, which will get us to 4 pop. Something like that. Alrighty, it's 1 turn until we pick up these spices, so we'll go ahead and just lock it in like this for a second. I see a hand axe here, so that is not good. We're going to pre-build a farm here and interrupt. I suppose what we can do is have him step here. He can step and shoot. And then we were going to swap this guy out anyway, so let's bring him to here. That way he has the opportunity of step and shooting, depending on where this guy goes. Maybe. We'll have him step, and there's that. Perfect. So we'll have this guy step here just to be able to see this tile, and then dance back like so until we figure out. Okay, you get started on the road. He's dancing. We don't need to triple up on this guy over here. We'll just keep doing the dance here. And I did want to point out, it did occur to me that standing on this hill would stop the need for dancing between these 2 hills, because we would have the visibility spread here. But I want him to be able to react, you know, internally as well. So that's why I'm continuing to have him dance, even though it seems a little superfluous. So yeah, we'll have him chill there. Okay. So this guy's going to want to get on the spices next turn, right? Yep. And these guys are building road. Let's build road here, because that's only 2 tiles and we're already at 3 pops, so this will help make the whole road project be profitable. Okay, so we can come here. We should start with the road tile here. That way we get out of this guy's way, so he can get started on farms, river farms here. So yeah, let's have him come down. We'll keep it close to the chest in case we change our minds for some reason. He's going to continue to heal right there, and see how we go. Let me click on that real quick. There we go. Alrighty, so a religion was founded by the Aztecs. What did they get? Let's find out. By monasteries. Okay. Alright, so this guy gets a bonus, promotion. We'll shoot at that. We'll have this guy step out so that he can hit the hill easier, and then he should be able to clean up. And now you can see, indeed, this is the nearer guy. We'll have this guy step. Is this a hill? It is not. Alright, so we'll have him step like this for the visibility sake. And this is about what we wanted. Melee ranged, melee ranged. Alright, so he'd come over and we'll deal with this camp, these 2 here. So let's see, he comes 1, 2, 3. He comes 1, 2, 3, which means we would want to move him now, right? We move here, he moves here, we move here, he moves here, and we get out of his way. Yep. So let's go ahead and proceed now. Yeah. I was looking at the possibility of stepping up here, but... Alright, so spices come into the borders. Let's go ahead and make that switch there, and then develop them. Alright, this guy is also finished with the development. So he'll hop on the development of this tile next, and we'll go from there. Alright, so he's coming down to do the roads. It'll take him just as long as it takes this guy, which means we can get out of his way, which was the plan. Okay, so either he comes and does the road, or he finishes up next turn. We don't need the worker to trail or to lead. This one would trail, this one would lead. We don't actually need either of those scenarios. We kind of want them stepping together. So let's see, if we end up here, when the settler comes here, worker here, settler here, worker here, settler here, worker here, settler here, worker here, that actually works out. So yeah, we'll have this guy come over like that, and then when he's done with the road here, he can just zoom down, take care of the road there. This worker's going to be hopping up and doing the farm here, so looking good. Alright, so this is our southern scout, we would want him to come down here. So we'll stay level, even though the deer would give us better visibility and protection. He can do a dance like that for visibility. He can do a dance like that. And he's dancing for workers. Oh my goodness, we are in a lot of trouble here. Okay, so there's an archer here, and this is not a wooded hill, so stepping here would not be protected from this guy. We have to step here, otherwise we get double shot. This way we only get one shot on us, not like one shot kill, which is usually what that phrase means. Alright, let's see what we can do about getting rid of some resources here. We have a preponderance of iron, so let's try and trade these evenly. I haven't been paying attention to this, so if I missed out on that, that would have been a problem, but we'll get there.
Mathematics is the gate.
Mathematics is here, and hopefully the scout gets away just fine. Hill, so let's step here. We can see him. Good break in visibility here. We got to heal this guy up. Speaking of healing up, he wants to heal up, and he's kind of fine right where he's at. We'll have this guy be here, that way he can help kind of see this. He's fine where he's at. In fact, I think we can go ahead and put that guy on alert, because nothing's going on as far as that goes. Actually, I miscounted. Look at that, I miscounted. He has one more turn to heal, so I'll do that. So he'll move here when he moves there. Yeah, he could have healed up one more turn and kept visibility up here. Whoopsie. Alright, so we're on to currency, and we have some build projects here. This is still a good tile arrangement. We have one more city to set up, so I do want to continue with the melee ranged settler paradigm that I like so much. Spearmen. And we are missing out on gold, but the hammers help get that last city up. The last of the important cities. We'll probably have time for one more. We'll get into that some other time. Alright, so he is coming out here. He takes a peek, make sure it's all good. He takes a peek. Okay, moving along. Alright, so if we step here, we could potentially get shot. But he's heavily damaged. Why would that be? Let's risk it. That would be why. Okay. So he's actually... he might actually get attacked and killed even, so that seems to be okay for now. Alright, we'll get this farm going here. Settlers coming out. And another nice thing about the worker appearing to lead... oh, whoops. I did miscount again. That's two miscount. Huh. I think the problem is that I'm counting ahead with one unit and then counting including the current turn with the other unit. I think that's how that's happening. Now we're actually at an advantage that this tile's not a hill because we can't get shot from here. Well, I mean, there's cloud here if there were more barbarians, but that seems to be a safe enough place to heal. Alright, so we just picked up this tile. 11 turns till border growth, 9 turns to border growth. So what if, I see there's a worker here, what if we had this worker come here, chop this down? I think that would mean that the next tile this would pick up would be the spices. And then if we wait, if we time the chop here to make sure that Uxmal always picks up this tile, then Palanque might pick up this tile. And if these spices are occupied by these two cities, we don't need to settle a city here. We could settle a city like here, I guess. It's a little distant for a liberty, but I mean, we're already going to be extended, right? And it's kind of equidistant. Be a little rough on the road building, but we'll grab all the resources we would want from like right here. Whereas here was about kind of picking these up too, and we won't need that, right? We would need two cities, like one here, but we could do it in just one city and pick up all the resources because we'd have a good growth tile. We'd have forest that we could build a lumber mill in for production. Here's another production, another growth, some gold opportunities. Yeah. So that'll probably be the next settle after that. Alright, so I guess we just get to squeak through here like nothing's nothing. That's pretty nice. They're busy shooting at and being shot at, who knows. Alrighty, so let's do some radaring in here, and then this worker can basically land here for really good visibility, here, here. So 1, 2, develop in 3, 1, 2, settle in 4. Yeah, we did lead on accident, which means the road tiles got finished a turn late, but that'll mean this cotton gets, because he would have been trailing, so the cotton gets online a turn later, and we're paying for that with the road tiles here, which is fine, I think. So we'll heal. Alright, so now he's coming over, which means now this guy can lead like so. Let's actually grab that worker. Okay, so we'll have to do like a radar job. Yeah, he doesn't even need to dance at this point. Oh, but you know what? Since that guy just left his post there, we could step here, maintain some visibility over here. That's a good idea. And then he dances for the visibility. There we go. Alright. We might get the city down on this episode, which will be nice because I know people wanted that settle earlier. It comes down to opportunity cost again. Actually, the Celtic, the God King Boudica series was a very good example of that. I was getting criticism in the early game of the order I was settling, but when you have your city, your capital, like kind of encircled like this, you have a really strong production base that you can, because that's the whole point of Liberty, the extra hammers and stuff. You could basically outproduce. So say Indonesia had settled here first, I mean, we would just outproduce them and go take it, you know what I mean? So that is part of the things I had explained in the last episode. We might as well end up here. Gets visibility here. There's the spices replacement, so that's good, and we'll finish up the road here. Alright, he's dancing. Okay, we'll do a little bit of radaring, make sure it's all safe. Come up here, which means this guy really has no reason to dance. We don't need to see. Well, I mean, let's go ahead and do it, because if there's another civ there, that might cue us into something. I don't know. So next turn we'll actually have him cross the river, I suppose. Alright. So let's move this guy first, just in case there's barbarians over here. Since there's not, now he can back up, which means now he can return to his previous post. He'll continue to heal as long as it's safe to do so. Looks like that thing finally got killed, and it looks like Lhasa is about to become Venice, which I'm not thrilled about, but what are you going to do? He's standing here, so we don't need this guy to dance at all. On the other hand, I think standing here to be able to see everything and doing dance to pick up this one tile makes a lot more sense than the other way around, so we'll just do it that way. Speaking of which, this guy's only really standing here to cover this tile. So what if we came to here? We'd have the same coverage, only more. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, I'm glad I noticed that. Alright, so there's some more faith on the ground there. We can't really work it yet. Once we hit 4 pop with that city, we can check at what our options are. I wasn't prepared to go straight into the faith like that, but if the residual growth is still acceptable, then I don't see a reason not to. Alright, and we're just about ready to upgrade another combo. So we've got this atlatist here. Is that the only one at this point? No, 2. Where's the other one? Oh yeah, this guy here. Alright, so Marble for Salt has ended. What we can do here, since we have spices online, is try to trade the spices for the salt, because we're going to have more spices along the way. Oh wait, Marble's actually a duplicate right now. Okay, I didn't account for that. So yeah, we'll just keep it like this for now. Maybe next cycle we can shift, I don't know. Yeah, granary's done here. Let's get on that library, because we'll definitely be 4 pop before it's finished. And now that the granary is finished, we can switch to this. Get to 4 pop quicker, most certainly. I think that's the way to go. 1 turn until we pick up the wheat, so let's just go ahead and have him come up and do that. Pick up that tile there. Road finish here, he gets out of the way. Now he's going to want to come do a river farm here, so we'll just do a pre-build there, because it times out that way. Do a little dance for visibility. Right, so he's right on top of Hex, and I do think it's more important that we upgrade him ahead of him. So I'm actually fine with this guy just staying right where he's at. In fact, here is the same, only more, right? We lose this one, but we pick up a whole lot more. So I guess that's the place for him for the time being. Okay, so I don't want to step in the swamp, but the fact that he's vulnerable means it's less likely that he's going to shoot him. And since the camp's in the swamp, we might have the opportunity to one-shot. It would have been really bad if there was something over here that could reach us, but that doesn't appear to be the case, so that should be fine. We'll go ahead and heal, assuming this is a okay tile, and it is. And that's another benefit. This guy will keep eyes over here while he's chopping that down. Nice. Okay. Let's see here. We'll have this guy. Actually, if we radar and everything's fine, we can actually go a little long here, right? Like all the way to here, even. There we go. We'll have him cross the river just in case, and everything's fine for now. All right, I see a hill here. There's open field here. Kind of want to cut back here. Let's do the cut back first. Oh. Okay. Maybe not. So we'll come here for the clear. Ooh, somebody's getting beat on. He's healing, I think. Sitting put for the time being. Alright, so let's do one more turn. Get this, or two more turns, I guess. We'll get the city down. Looks like France is interested in some of our stuff. I don't know if I missed that on my turn. This whole episode I've been a little wishy-washy about keeping an eye on the resource. So I will try to, aspire to do better in the future. Get that guy started there. To address this, he's finishing up. We have the pyramids coming on the line next turn. Let's just check. Is it still one turn if we do this? Oh no, it's actually going down to 3. So let's do this for one more turn. Bands of Congo seeks a new natural wonder. Well, I will try. I'll tell you what, I will try.
Bonjour.
How much money does this have? Quite a bit, so that's really good. Maybe we can sell all of our stuff here. Excellent. That would be nice. Indeed.
Excellent.
Very good. Alright, so now we're making the most money, and that's fantastic. Speaking of making money, this guy can now become a combo, so let's go ahead and do that. Or not. Why not? 85, really? I didn't know that. I thought it was 80. Okay. That is fine. So he comes in near. We might as well have this guy step up here because that's a nice burst of visibility there. He can do a dance even though we were just looking at that tile. So I do kind of want to cut back here, but hill seems better. We meet Belgrade. Alright, which means now we have the money to upgrade, but I finished his movement. See, this is why min-maxing can really help. If I was like as pure a min-max as possible, I would always be moving my scouts first just for this type of scenario. The difference of meeting that city-state mean we could have had a combo this turn. No big deal. We'll just do it next turn. We'll get on this farm here because it's more important than that farm. And he's doing his dance. This guy's fine here for now. We'll just put him on alert. We'll go ahead and shoot at the camp. We'll see what... Oh, wow. It's not guaranteed, so let's just go ahead and fortify that guy. Alright, he's definitely healing up. One more turn and we can get back to moving. Step there. He heals. So he wants to chop that, and this worker's actually free. Maybe he starts pre-building. Oh yeah, we have to time when this happens, but that'll be next episode. Let's go ahead and do this one more turn so we can get this desert city down for you guys. Attila has declared war on Napoleon. I wonder if that's what the prompt was about. I didn't really look. I just saw somebody was asking us to go to war. I think I was talking about something else, so I didn't even look at it. Ivory is available to us, and we do have a preponderance, or will have a preponderance of spices, so we'll just go ahead and do that. In fact, once this chop here is finished, let's see, says 2 to go. Actually, you know what? We'll delay this chop if we have the time, and it looks like we do. We'll delay the chop. Alright, so we're going to switch this over to here. This city has nothing useful to build. We can go ahead and start pre-building on the library. But what I was going to get at is when currency comes along, we'll switch to market. That'll be a good interim build before the library, and then we'll finish the chop there. So we didn't actually need this worker to come straight here. We could have had this guy do it, it looks like. But that's fine. That's fine. Next settle would be over here, so we'll just have the spearmen take advantage of the newly formed road. And we'll build a composite bowman now, so it's going to take a little longer, which is nice. We'll get to 5 pop, that'll help. Come time to 5 pop will go here while we're growing, here while we're building a settler, so that's really nice. And so when he's finished with the road, he's going to be freed up. This guy, when he can start pre-building the road, he's technically freed up. What we can do is put a mine here, because we're going to need 2 people to pre-build a road, and then he can come down and chop this up maybe once the road's finished. I don't know. Something like that. So we'll just get up here, pre-build road, interrupt, and go from there. The city's already got a mine. Keep in mind when we do settle this one, we're going to need 2 workers over here, so we want to get all this wrapped up over here. He'll be done more or less once we're done with this tile. We could put a farm here because it is technically freshwater. These are also freshwater though, so it's the same thing really. Or no, it's not, because these are desert. No, desert plus granary means they are the same. So this is not important, but having a good production tile to grow into every citizen kind of is. So I want to do it that way. Alright, so we'll do this. We are over the unit supply. That's something I tried to cover last episode. Basically, base supply, it's based on difficulty level. Cities, for every city you have, you get +2 potential units. For every 2 population, you get 1. So it's, you know, 2 for 1, 1 for 2. And this is cumulative population. So you can see it says 6. We have 4, 7, 10, 12. Divided by 2 is 6. And it does round down, so the next citizen we grow will not increase our unit supply. So anyways, that's the amount of units you can have, and then if the amount of units you have goes over, you get a production penalty. Now I have seen this be incremental and wholesale. So what I mean by that is say we had 100 units and we had 101 or 100 unit supply and 101 in use, we'd only be over by 1. We would not have a penalty. You have to go over by 10% to get that 10%. I've seen it behave that way sometimes. I've also seen it behave where if you go over it all, you get the first 10%, and then after that it's... So I don't know. I can't say it works one way or the other. I think it's based on overall quantity. Like the higher you go, the more likely you have to actually hit the full 10% over to get the penalty. Alright, so we're going to production focus, work the food tile, get on a monument. This city is going to have a bit of a rough go here. If we had some money, we could buy this oasis to guarantee the growth, but I think I'd rather save the money for buying a tile in the city for the gold tile. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and develop this and then this. If we grow into the iron, we can develop that. Otherwise, we'll hop on the gold, or maybe we just go here, 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 as a matter of getting Hong Kong, you know, satisfied, because we are about to clear that camp over there. So that remains to be seen. In fact, here we go. There's the clearing of the camp. We did it all with the range, which means he doesn't get damaged, which is nice, because that means as these guys get back into position. Oh, and then we also got gold from the camp, which means we'll be able to upgrade this guy a little bit sooner. Alrighty, so this guy is all healed up. Let's take a peek at what's going on over here. Get back to the scouting over there. That's nice. Alright, so I'm seeing hills, but it also looks like coast, right? I mean, even all the way up to here. So let's just go straight to the cocoa. Indeed, it is. So that was good. Hopefully that guy gets out of our way next turn. We can have this guy step here, here. And we can have him just dancing forth between these hills for visibility. We're about to have another melee come over here, so the fact that we're a little weak along here isn't that big of a deal. We've got a ranged here who can back up this spearman when he gets over, and then the next range we build can take his place, or something along that line. So anyways, we are well past the half-hour mark. I just wanted to make sure we got this city down, because I know you guys wanted that after part 1. So this way you guys get to see we do still get it, but like I said, even if he had outproduced that, this really strong production base, we could have just taken it from him. Not a big deal. But thank you for joining me. I hope you are enjoying the series and the fact that narration is back. Please enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.